Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on. Let there be light. That's, God. It's quoting God.
Welcome back to 80 Proof Gaming, where everything's made up and the points don't matter. With me today, we've got Aaron.
Hello.
And Nick.
Hello.
And John. John is also here.
Good afternoon.
This month, we all played Antichamber for a bit. I'd like to sort of go into and talk about Antichamber.
I didn't.
No?
Yeah, Nick actually didn't play Antichamber.
Oh.
I wasn't going to point it out. I was just going to not ask you for your opinions on Antichamber, but fine.
Now's the perfect time to discuss the drinking rules then, because it seems like Nick has to drink.
Oh, hold on. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Oh, we have to do our intro. We've decided it's going to become tradition. At the beginning of every episode, we're going to have the traditional opening of drinks.
I feel like we need to do it one at a time for extra emphasis.
Okay. All right. I'm game.
All right, well, Nick, lead us off.
That was shit. That was fucking terrible.
Sounds good.
He's been looking forward to this since last month. He's been building it up in his head, and then when it comes to him, it's like.
This is like the story of my life.
If you have a failing, it's that you can't open bottles with panache.
You know what? I brought an empty bottle of brandy to open so that it would have this nice popping noise, but after Nick's fail, I feel like I can be more legit and just open what I'm actually going to drink, which is just a normal-ass bottle of brandy. So, here we go. I didn't have a poppy lid. I just had a screwy lid. So there you go. That was mine. John.
All right,
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Premature! Premature open.
Here you go.
I'm drinking.
Oh, John's was good.
That was fucking amazing. That was
That's
beautiful.
freaking beautiful.
That was the best. I'm
Damn.
drinking Cobra
Cheers.
because when
You know
I'm
what?
thirsty, I want
New
something
drinking
to-
rule. Whoever
Okay.
has the best is the only one that is not required to drink. It's a social drink for everyone else. So we all have to have a drink.
It's a competition.
Mine, of course, is premature, so.
I'm going to go around the circle and talk about what I've got to drink. I've got, I had a mason jar, and we had some fresh strawberries, so I put some strawberries in there, and I put, a shot of orange juice in there, and I filled the rest with vodka, and it's been sitting in the fridge for, 5 days. So I've got this really, really flavored vodka, essentially. Aaron, what do you got this week? Month? Year?
I have what I didn't have last week, which is Sprite. Or last month. And so I am drinking Bacardi Oak Heart and Sprite, mixed to about the color of champagne. Fantastically delicious.
Nick's booze has a fun story.
It's Cobra. I just got it. I got off the train from London to get my fucking new passport at the French embassy, and I got this giant fucking bottle of beer at Marks and Spencer's. It's like the size of a fucking champagne bottle, and it's from India, and it's beautiful.
How's it taste?
I saw it, and I was like, I fucking need this in my life.
I guess it doesn't matter how it tastes, huh?
I love
No,
Nick,
Cobra's like my favorite.
Oh,
I
cool.
love, Nick, that you are making use of the fact that the previous drinking rules from the last podcast are no longer in effect.
Well, you've got to. You've got to.
That's right, we can all...
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
John, what you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking, wow, it's extra gold lager. It's about the cheapest beer I've ever seen.
No, hold on. Extra Gold
Yeah,
is
that's
the
right.
cheapest beer you've ever seen?
It's what it says. It's that's the name of it. I don't
I'm picturing
actually know
this
who
bottle
makes it.
as being made of gold with gold leaf in the beer.
Well, it's a can, first of all.
You drink it, and then you get like Snoop Dogg teeth.
You're already ruining my dreams.
Yeah, sorry. Bursting your bubble. Oh well.
Now I want a shot of Goldschlager, but I don't have any.
They have these pills, actually, I saw on, I think this is whyimbroke.com. And
It's just gold leaf in a pill.
It's a pill full of gold leaf, so your shit will be all sparkly when you take a crap.
That is
I'm proud of our
amazing.
So-
society.
Yeah, because that's what we all need, really. Forget the
I
starving
hate
children in
this
Ethiopia.
That's probably fucking from Twilight, isn't it? Sparkly shit.
My shit sparkles. All right.
Oh, sorry.
I'm moving on. Drinking rules. Drinking rules for the month. I don't remember all of them, but I'm going to go through the ones I remember. First off, anyone who doesn't have something to say about a topic before we pass through that topic has to drink. So it encourages everyone to be talkative and happy. And let's see. What was the one that was specific for me, John? You came up with it, I thought.
Oh no.
To counterbalance that.
Oh,
Because
that
I
was
can't
that
drink.
was one. That was you have to drink every time that somebody else has to drink.
Oh no, fuck that. What was
Yeah,
the
that
last
was-
what was the last rule?
It was when you don't have when you haven't played a game.
If you have not played a game that is up for discussion. Now, this doesn't count for the Steam releases section, which we're going to go into in a minute, where I just list off all the games that were new released on Steam. We would
Or
die.
of course any of the new games that haven't even been released yet.
That
Right,
nobody
any
has
game
played.
that has not yet been released. Of course, no one has played it, except me, because I'm special. Month in recap. Alright, we need to talk about Anti-Chamber and whatever else we've been up to for the month. Who wants to lead us in on this one? Aaron, you want to lead us in on this one.
Okay.
Anytime someone doesn't immediately jump in, I'm like, Aaron?
Okay. So I did play and I did beat Anti-Chamber.
Hey, Nick, drink. You haven't played Anti-Chamber.
I really want to play it. I've got things to say about it, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
drink anyway.
Yeah, because you
cool,
didn't play it, so you're drinking.
That means there's going to be a lot of times when we have to drink twice because we didn't play or have opinions on something.
Yeah, and then like I said, I did play and I did beat Anti-Chamber. There is one photo, one of the little chalk drawings that goes on the wall that I did not find. I can't find it anywhere. I've gone through every puzzle that I've had access to, and I just have no idea where I missed it.
Oh, it's going to be so super meta.
So that does have me slightly frustrated. But I really enjoyed the game, honestly.
Oh, I know what it is. Obvious. You didn't beat the game within the time limit.
Oh. Is that really it?
It's
That's
gotta
all?
be. It's gotta be. There's gotta be something that they give you if you beat the game within that amount of time. So that's gotta be it.
I could go back and check that. Cause
I am gonna come back to you on the anti-chamber thing after we've all talked about it, because I think that your experiences need to come last in anti-chamber because you're the only one that beat it.
Okay.
I didn't actually know for a fact that you were the only one that beat it, but I definitely assumed because I know I didn't beat it, and I figured I saw how much John played it, and he played it for a while and then stopped. So
Yep. I did not beat it. I played it. I enjoyed playing it for about 2 hours. I got a lot of the puzzles. I
that's it.
enjoyed the trippiness of it.
That sucks. I feel bad that you didn't enjoy it for longer.
I had other things to play, honestly. I just kept jumping around to different games. So,
I picked that one because I really, really thought that that would be your, like...
I fully intend on going back to it. I don't, I'm not done with it.
Let's hop back to Aaron. Aaron, you, we cut you off.
I mean, Weasel, what are your feelings on Anti-Chamber, and then what are Nick's feelings on Anti-Chamber, and then I'll...
Then
finish
you'll come
that.
back and finish your everything of the month discussion. All right, well...
Yeah, then we'll just move on to the everything of the month. Let's just talk about Anti-Chamber right now.
All right, yeah, that's fair. I'm only the host. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
I'm fucking
I'll
with you.
drink
No,
for
no.
that
This
one.
whole thing is fluid. So, my feelings on Anti-Chamber were that it was really, really fun, but I eventually hit a point where I wasn't really sure where to go anymore, and there was one puzzle, right? There was this one puzzle that I felt like I should be able to complete with the knowledge that I had. And I did all the things that I felt should be required to complete the puzzle. And, you know what? It's not really a spoiler. I'll just describe it. There was a crate in one room, and then a field that, like, I couldn't fire through. And there was a lift that, when the crate moved, it lowered and lifted the lift based on where the crate was. So you had to have the crate in the very back of this little chamber to have the lift in a position where you could get on. And so I would put this green matter loop, and it should have sort of like made the loop disappear along the way to the crate and then back, so that the crate would then be able to move because the green matter was holding it back. And so the crate should have held still until the disappearing of the blocks got to the crate, which should have been long enough for me to get onto the lift. And then the crate should have started moving as the green blocks disappeared toward me. But unfortunately, I couldn't make it so that the green matter disappeared in the correct direction. It would disappear toward the lift and not toward the crate.
If you,
And I couldn't figure out how that worked. Aaron, you're really quiet.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. That particular one, doing it that way, what you need to do is start your line at the lift.
That's
and
it.
then-
It goes. It goes in the opposite direction of where you started the line from. How could I have figured that out? Damn it.
Having the red gun at that point makes that one so much easier.
But that was the only puzzle I could find that wasn't finished. Like, I had done all the ones that I could actually find that were a problem, that I could finish with the gun that I had. Like, I would need to go and get a different one for the other problems that I had. So it was really frustrated because they don't give you the sense of direction to go to a place. And I decided, I'm just going to wrap up my opinions on Antichamber. I decided that made me satisfied with what I had gotten from the game. I had finished the puzzles that was mentally capable of finishing, sans one, and I had the solution for that one. So I knew how to do every puzzle that I had access to. So it was basically finishing the puzzles for me mentally. So I didn't go back because there wasn't a challenge present there for me that was strong enough to actually bring me back to the game, even though I hadn't finished it.
I do have to say that there have to be puzzles that you.
I know
did
there are, but I don't see
Did
them.
you-
I don't see it. I know that they're there, but I don't. This is the sort of thing about this game is that to even figure out that there's a puzzle in a room that you're standing in, you have to be able to think adequately outside the box.
This is true. This is true in a lot of cases. There were a lot of really, really fun ones that I missed. The first time through the room. But anyways, Nick, you did not play the game.
We're moving
I've
on to
heard-
John because Nick didn't play the game.
Oh,
I've heard it gives people
John.
headaches.
Gives people headaches. I'd agree with that. But I think, if I remember correctly, I played it mostly after we did the first podcast. So I may have been a little inebriated at that point. So the headache may have been not related to the game.
Me and him, we were both playing the game at the same time, talking on Skype about our experiences, and he couldn't even talk about it in such a way that I understood what the fuck he was talking about.
It was.
I understood
fun
that
and
he was
challenging,
in
but yeah.
the room with the stairs. I'm not gonna spoil anything about it, but there's a room with a set of stairs up and a set of stairs down.
One's blue,
And he
one's
apparently
red.
solved that room in a way that I didn't even consider. Like, he just ran forward and kept picking stairs until something happened that was different.
I solved it by accident, I think, is what happened. Which is sort of my thing. That's what I do. I'm dodging head crabs currently. I don't know if anybody.
Stop it! What are you doing?
Distracted.
Ed! John's distracted. He must take a courtesy drink.
I'm drinking. Don't worry
Actually,
about
you
it.
know what? That's a new drinking rule. Anytime any one of the four of us calls someone else out on something that's like a courtesy thing, they have to drink. We all have the right to courtesy call. We can do 4 per podcast.
Call your own fouls, kind of.
Yes. We're all referees, and we can call a total of 4 fouls in a podcast. Maybe 3. Maybe 4. Maybe 3. Maybe 4.
It's the kind of game. I get the impression that a casual gamer would not enjoy it.
Oh, fuck no. If you're not really smart, like if you don't consider yourself to be a smart person, don't even try.
I don't think you have to be smart. I think that's calling all of us geniuses, and that's not true.
Well, I think that my mom would be really good at it, which is weird. Like, she's not a gamer, she's terrible at games because she can't like WASD. She can't keep mental track of how to WASD and what buttons do what. But I think she'd be good at this game because she thinks in a way that is contrary to normal. This game isn't about being smart. It's about being mentally flexible.
I would agree
Can
with
I ask a question from an outsider's point of view? Someone like someone who might be listening to this podcast. Is this game, when you're playing it, do you feel like you're immersed in a world, or do you feel like I'm doing puzzles? Because something that I've always liked about like games like Zelda and things like that is like you're doing a puzzle, but you don't feel like you're doing a puzzle. You feel like you're having an adventure.
Portal's a great example of that too. It's strictly a puzzle game, but it's all about your relationship with GLaDOS and trying to figure out what's up with this test track thing that you're in.
I talked about that in one of my videos that you should watch. He's going to put a link to it. It's my top 5.
Well, we're going to talk about Portal here in a little bit because, yeah.
Disgusting self-promotion.
Foul! Drink!
Oh, fair enough. There's going to be a lot of that.
That's 1. I'm down to 3.
Weasley, you called me on one earlier.
2. Down to 2.
So, in my experience with the game is, honestly, it felt like you were like in a room or in a place and you wanted to get out, and you're spending the whole time trying to just figure out how in the world to get out.
Aaron, I got a question.
Yeah.
Does the end of the game offer any sort of storyline resolution? Does it help you understand what the antechamber is or anything? You don't have to be specific. Just tell me, does it give me anything that gives me some sort of context?
Well, on basically on what I just said, which may be part of the reason I feel this way is because I did complete it, was because you do actually get out.
Okay,
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I won't tell you
I didn't
any
want
more
that
about
information. I wanted you to just say yes or no, but fuck.
Because it's not as simple as a yes or no. Because when it comes right down to it, no. There is no closure.
That's context. I didn't want closure. I wanted context. I wanted.
No. And then, like, once you get out, you're in another puzzle, and it's completely different than everything you've done so far. And you're
God
like, wait,
damn it!
What the fuck?
All right, well, that might not be context then.
So, without giving any more
Inception.
spoilers than that, I really can't say any more on that particular one. I can't say that I am satisfied with the game. I really enjoyed it. And when I had to walk away from it, when I had not completed it yet, I was like, all right, I want to play this game, and people were trying to get me to go do other things. And I'm like, God, I just want to finish this game. I've got to be close to the end. I want to finish the game. And that was my feeling. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I got all of the different guns, which apparently there are 2 that Weasel never got.
I never even saw one of them. Jeez. I know that the next one I'm supposed to get is this one. I can't find it. Anyway, briefly, I'm gonna put on the handle briefly, knowing that briefly for you is 10 minutes. I noticed that afterward you went ahead and you actually played Portal 2.
Yes.
Was Portal 2 lessened because of being led into by Antechamber, and also, in addition to, did you enjoy Portal 2 afterwards?
I loved Portal 2 afterward. I did not play Portal 2 before, even though it was purchased for me like a year and a half, maybe or so before I played Antechamber. I never actually played the game, aside from that one puzzle that you and John made for me, and I broke. And, completely defeated other ways. But, I had a lot of fun with Portal 2. I really did, and I did beat the game in the one sitting. And no, it was not lessened at all. They are 2 completely different game experiences. I feel like, even though they are puzzle games, even though they do have guns, it's the way you think. It literally is. Antechamber is about being mentally flexible
touch anything else.
and which solely, I mean, that is the entire point of the game, is
And
trying
Portal
to
2 gives you a list of rules, and you have to solve the puzzles within those rules. They don't blur the lines of the rules.
Yeah, it's, and I mean, like in a lot of cases there is like, one way to solve the puzzles in Portal 2. Portal 1, I felt like there was a lot of more possibility for like ways to get around certain things. And in Portal 2, I feel like it was very much like, there's you have this one way. You have to do this. If you don't do this, you can't get through here. Maybe a little bit more, a little more flexible than that, but it wasn't really about thinking outside the box. It was like trying to find out, what rules you had to do this. And yeah, it was a lot more about the story that was going on than solving the puzzles.
So good. I love that. I gotta draw you to a close. I'm not cutting you off.
I did
but
one
we're out
last
of time.
statement and I'm done. I thought Portal 1 had a lot more difficult puzzles.
Yeah, it did. It was weird. Apparently, the difficult puzzles are in the co-op. That's what I've been told. Anyways,
Co-op is fucking awesome in that
moving
game.
on.
We'll have to go try that sometime.
My opinions have been expressed. Your opinions have been expressed. John, thoughts on
Portal 2.
Antichamber? Just closing thoughts on Antichamber.
Oh, I can't wait to play it some more. Now that we've been talking about it, I'm all excited again. So,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
But what you saw, you enjoyed? I mean, you were drunk. Have you not played it at all since then?
I started it up and then had to go somewhere. Other than that, no.
That's the worst.
It's like
Yeah,
the bane of all gamer kind.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
In real life.
I'm just going to do a month in recap section just for the things that I've been up to. I've been playing Darksiders and Witcher 2 a lot. I found that I actually played Darksiders way more often than I played Witcher 2, but I would play them in the same time frame, like the same mood set. I wanted to play sort of like a fun RPG thing, and so I would play Darksiders. Because it was flashier, and the storyline was more engaging, and everything was more fun for me. I guess I'm not so hardcore RPG as I thought I was. But, like, they're both action RPGs. So, like, they both fill the same slot. Well, if I feel like playing a hardcore RPG, I'll play Disgaea or something like that. I'm not going to play Witcher 2 because it's an action RPG.
I can see why you would. I prefer Witcher 2 out of the two, but like for those people that don't know what Darksiders is, they basically combined Zelda with like God of War or Devil May Cry or Bayonetta or something like that. And it's just really fucking fun. The thing with
You know
Witcher
what they
2
do right
is,
in that game? They teach you how to feel like you're really badass.
Yeah.
Like they crank up the difficulty so hard. First mini boss I fought after the prologue, and I'll talk about prologues in a second. First mini boss I fought after the prologue kicked my ass like 3 times in a row. Killed me, had to start over from the last checkpoint, start over from the last checkpoint, start over from the last checkpoint. And he is a fucking pansy. He is so easy compared to later bosses. Like, they just keep ramping up the difficulty so exponentially until, like, the point I'm in the game right now, shit, like, actually the last boss I fought was really, really easy, which is weird. Sometimes that happens in these games. But the boss before it, he would just shut down everything I tried to do. I found out that there was like one aerial combo that would go like above one of his attacks, and he would just keep doing that attack while you're in that space. So you were pretty safe, but only if you had the height just perfect before you start doing your aerial attacks. And if you don't have it just perfect, he bitch slaps you like a, I don't know, redheaded stepchild. Something that gets bitch slapped really hard.
Like
That isn't so offensive as that thing I just said. But just like Witcher 2, Darksiders had a prologue that was way too long. I'm really getting sick of these super long prologues. If you're going to do this abilities thing, where you give me all this infinite power, or higher power that I actually have once the prologue is over, you don't make it for like 30 minutes. You can teach me the game in 3 minutes. You can teach me all of the abilities that I have later in the game, in the first 3 minutes of the game. And you don't need to go into all the abilities. You can just teach me the ones that I'll start off with.
Do you know what the
don't need
real
to teach me
problem?
everything.
Do you know what the real problem with that prologue was?
Which one?
Darksiders.
Yes,
Was
I do.
the combat in the beginning just isn't developed until you get into like the first dungeon. So it's like you've got like a skill list like God of War or Devil May Cry, right?
Mhm.
And if you're playing it on console, it's like, okay, your ability is X, and then you've got like your second ability XX, and then your third ability is XXXX. And it's like fucking hell. And at the beginning, you're not doing any puzzles. You're just beating the shit out of things for like the first 30 minutes. So you're just there mashing the same fucking button, and you're like, this game is just lame as
I
fuck.
know that the other two
And
of
then you
you
get
have
to the
not played
dungeon.
Darksiders, but you have, I'm sure, played a prologue that went on too long. I'm
When you
talking to
get
John
to-
and Aaron here.
When you
Yeah,
get to the first dungeon, it all gets better.
One, I took my drink for having not played Darksiders.
Good man.
And I do understand what you mean about prologues, though. You know, like where you start off, you're like, I have superpowers, whatever. In particular, though, the ones that I've, you know, like they're the second installment of a game, and you know, so you're playing the character that you're going to play, but they're like, okay, well, we can't let you have all of your powers that you had at the end of game one in this game, so we're gonna have the prologue and show you how you lost your powers, kind of thing, which is okay. But
Douchey,
yeah,
but okay.
It's at least understandable, you know. I mean, it's not. I don't know. Yeah, but no,
You can
they still-
understand the reason why they have to have it, but it does
Yeah.
not have to be 10 minutes long.
yeah,
In
it
the
does
case
not,
of The Witcher 2, it was literally like 2 hours of prologue.
yeah, which
Yeah,
is
but
that's
with-
significantly over the top and not required.
Thing is,
That
the
is
prologue to The Witcher 2 and the
unnecessary.
rest of the game isn't that different. And they
No,
don't take-
there is a difference. I'll tell you the difference. You're not gathering shit and investing in your character during the prologue.
Oh, I see your point.
You can pick
I really
up
like
stuff.
the prologue. I thought the prologue was awesome in that game.
It's better than most. It's pithy and cute, but it's not. They don't let you get into what the game is until after the prologue is over.
My thing with that prologue was I thought it was awesome. Like, it was really engaging beginning to the game. Like, I was like, what? We're attacking a castle? What the fuck's going on? Who are these characters? Because I didn't play The Witcher 1
Oh,
first.
I
so
loved
didn't
the
know-
king.
I was
I felt instantly in love
I
with
was
the
like,
king.
I was like so like overwhelmed that I just wanted to play more so that I could understand what the fuck was going on.
Spoiler warning! Spoiler warning! I need a siren. Spoiler warning! I'm about to spoil something. Is everybody ready?
How are you gonna let people know you're not gonna spoil it so they can skip past this part?
He's gonna put an annotation because he's a smart man.
Have a.
Are you
have
really?
have
Are
an
you
image.
really telling me how? He's volunteering me for work.
Yep.
Jerk. All right, I'll put an annotation. And
Hey, if you're gonna make it spoiler alert, you gotta have people know when they can come back in. So that's all.
yeah, I'll do an annotation. So the king dies.
The game's called Assassins of Kings.
The king. I didn't see it coming. I didn't. I was so invested, and I loved that guy. He was a douche, but he was the best kind of douche. That he's like,
Amazing.
because he's in a person of superior power, and so he can do whatever the hell he wants. And he's fighting this needless, completely useless war so that he can get his children back because his wife ran off with his kids, and yet you love him because his men love him, and he knows the name of his soldiers, and just this. He walks up to this pissant crossbowman, and he's like, "I know you. Your name is this, this, and this. You did this thing." And it's like, oh God, obviously your people love you, so I love you. And then he died. He gets his throat slit, his slit throated right in front of you, blood everywhere. It's amazing. And I totally put that as the clip that I used in the
Yeah, you
last
really did.
podcast.
The video, yeah.
Can I ask an outsider's opinion?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
As someone who hasn't played either Darksiders or Witcher 2, is the original in both of them. I know Darksiders, Darksider 2. Would you prefer to play the second one or the first one if you haven't played either?
I'm
Where
going to
should I start?
express my opinion right away because my opinion is invalid, and then we can move on to somebody whose matters. I only played The Witcher 2. I didn't play The Witcher, and I only played Darksiders. I didn't play Darksiders 2. So,
Okay.
Nick,
I preferred 2 of both games.
do I have to drink
What's
twice?
the second one?
Yeah, I think so, Weasel.
Fuck.
I preferred Darksiders.
That means that
Okay,
all
I
of
had
you
to
have to drink
drink
4
4
times.
times,
Fucking interrupting me!
Yeah. What,
Sorry,
what
buddy,
about
go ahead.
Darksiders 2?
I
5
preferred
times.
2 to 1. Like, I thought the gameplay was better, and the main character's better, and the world is better. I think that 2 is just like an improvement, and it also has a better PC port. And
That's important.
The Witcher, I haven't played that much of The Witcher 1, but I definitely think 2's better because it's like 1 uses like BioWare's engine, like I think it uses the Dragon Age or the Mass Effect engine or something, and like you can feel that like they were trying to like work with something, whereas 2 you can tell that they like had the whole thing, they built it up from the ground, and it's like it feels like they've like The Witcher 1 was their first game, and it feels like they've learned a lot from it by the time you play The Witcher
I see.
2.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So that's what I've been playing this month. No, I actually also played Terra Online, which is great, but I don't have anything to say about it. It's just good. It's an action. It is decidedly. I mean, everything that needs to be said about it, I've already said. But it's an action MMORPG. Gameplay is really fun. The place where it's lacking is character customization, but there is character customization there. It's just not quite as in depth as games like, I don't know, World of Warcraft used to be. So, Aaron, what have you played over the past month or done over the past month that's worth sharing?
Well, we have established that I did play for the first time and beat Portal 2. I have yet to do the multiplayer, which we should all get together and do at some point.
Because I'm a potato.
And we should do a video of that too. That would be fun. And I have been playing my World of Tanks free to play. I actually got onto the test server for that. They do have a big patch rolling out with a bunch of new tanks and things going on with that. I was really excited about, and that was a lot of fun. And we will talk more about the wonderful people at wargaming.net here later. And then that's mostly it. What I've been doing for games. I have, however, been reading the series that coined the phrase that most of the gaming community has heard jokes about, which is I was quite an adventurer until I took an arrow in the knee.
There was a book first?
It's the book is about as old as I am, and it is by David Eddings. The name of the series is the Belgariad, I believe is the proper pronunciation for that.
A reference and a reference. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Entertaining. Of course, my friend Josh is the one that gave me the book.
Do you know what the author is?
The name of the author is David Eddings. Is the name of the author.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And that's it. I'm looking for a climbing gym here in my new home of Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Oh shit! You're gonna have all the stalkers. Because I've got so
There's
many
only a couple
fans.
people in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and I already have stalkers. I can deal with it.
Aaron's got 10 guns. One of them is a minigun. Also, he has turrets outside of his house. Deal with it. But they're the talky kind of turrets that if you knock them over, they're like, oh, I'm dead.
Excellent reference.
That was a good
Weasel.
joke.
I'm gonna drink to Weasel for that particular
Oh, me
reference.
too.
That was,
I'll drink to me. Fuck yeah.
that was a fantastic reference. I approve.
Yeah. I'm already a bit drunk.
Yeah, no
dude.
kidding.
My
We're
booze has
rolling
been
out here
very
pretty good.
strong. I'm halfway through essentially a mason jar of vodka.
I've already drank a
Priceless.
beer's worth.
So we're gonna pass it on
Yeah.
out to I don't know, John or Nick. Fight for it.
Oh, John.
How are they gonna fight?
That's not very
Fight
good
for it?
fighting. Go ahead, John. Good fight.
Neither of us are very aggressive people. It seems like.
I've noticed.
So what have I been doing this month? I've been working my ass off trying to get up the rank ladder in League of Legends. That's what I've been doing.
I've worked really hard too. I played like one game this month.
I lost like 7 games in a row last month and went down to third division of a tier that I don't care to admit I'm in. And then I've worked my way up to the first division, so I'm hopefully gonna move up. But it's been like come home at night, play a couple games, get frustrated, go to sleep, go to work, come home at night. Like it's yeah. So I'm finally making progress in that.
I wish I would notice when you were online. We need to play together more. I really love playing with you.
I play at night,
Sexually.
which is of course later for you.
I
That's
fucking wish I
kinda
could
like
play with you
when,
guys.
Nick
remember when-
is in the EU servers. For some reason, it's really hard to play across from EU to North American servers, or vice versa. We've tried everything we can think of. Fucking Riot, fix it. Let us pay for it. We'll gladly pay for the ability to play on both simultaneously. I will not pay to play only on EU servers and not be able to play on NA servers. I will pay to be able to play on both at the same time.
So can
one
I
account.
ask you? I have a slight question. Well, I don't know if it's a stupid question or not, but I am a little frustrated when I join a game on the North American servers and end up with a bunch of people who don't speak English.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Portuguese is usually what it is. It's people from Brazil or something like that. I assume that's more of a problem in the EU.
Oh, it's such
is
a
that true?
fucking problem. It's unbelievable. You join a game and you've got 5 people, and you're the only one that speaks English, but none of them can communicate between themselves either because none of them speak the same language either. So you've got me who's English, and you've got some French guy, and I speak French, so I can kind of talk to him. But I don't like writing in French. 'Cause I've got a
Italy,
fucking
Germany,
English
you've
keyboard.
got-
Then you've got a German, and then you've got a Swedish. Oh, it's fucking
A
ridiculous.
Swedish.
I think they should, instead of
it's a
having
Swede.
regional servers, well, they maybe should have regional servers as well, but they should also have like language servers. Like, this is the English only server. This is the
Well, we play
you know,
Dota 2.
German
We
server.
play
Yeah,
Dota
yeah,
2,
yeah.
and they have
Hey,
in the
have
matchmaking you
this-
get to pick both your region and your preferred language in 2 different areas. So if they could just
Yeah.
adapt to that system, we'd be good.
Hey, there's such a thing as the auto translate system. There's a game that has had that for years.
Yeah, but we
All
can't
they have
fucking
to do
okay.
is
That
fucking
takes time.
implement that shit.
That takes time. Even in the MMORPG Final Fantasy XI, the auto translate system, you type out the beginning of what you want to say, you hit tab, then it brings up a list of possible sentences or phrases that contain that thing. So you go and you select okay, Naga Siren.
Yeah, that's totally
you go
not
to
my
Naga
fault. That
Siren
takes way too
or
long.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
maybe
the other
Lux.
thing.
Lux
the- we
has
have actually seen
missing in middle lane, and you could go through all of those, but it would take like 15 seconds maybe.
But I mean, people would get faster at that. But the other thing that we have seen other MOBAs do is they have that you can call middle lane, you can call ganks on specific lanes, you can.
It's just not enough. I mean,
They've implemented that into League. You press
there's a
the
new
dynamic
ping
pings.
system.
Yeah, they've got
it's
they've got the things
fantastic.
from Dota now. You hold G down and you do up, left, right, or bottom.
I
and
do
you
have to
can
say
ping.
that I only just recently updated my League of Legends for the first time in the last like
Forward
2
to playing
months.
with you, buddy.
A couple days ago, but
The dynamic pings are a huge improvement.
They're great.
I started using them, and they're fantastic. They
I
really
even
can
doubt
communicate
that
what you
takes
want to
too
do.
long.
No, not really.
It takes a
Just turn that
fraction of a
alt,
second
click.
longer than a normal ping. This is all I'm saying.
No.
Not if you
it's
know
not.
where everything is. It doesn't take any longer.
It
It's
takes
the
a
same as-
little longer. You can't say
same
that
as
it
what they
doesn't
have in
take a
Dota.
little longer to drag your mouse over to the right place.
Yeah,
No,
but,
because you
I mean,
can
we're
have
talking,
it if you do it fast enough. The UI doesn't even show up. You can do it
Yeah.
in like the 60th of a second.
All right.
So
I
you can,
haven't practiced
you
it,
could be
so
moving your mouse to the left, then just click Alt, and it'll do a missing in action ping instead of the other ping. So
you've been playing the League of Legends and you're getting better. I'm proud of you, son.
Uh-huh.
Anything else?
I've been playing a little bit of hardcore on Diablo 3. My problem is that I have some sort of weird graphical glitch that happens in a lot of games, where the screen will just freeze and then go black, and then come back, and it's about 10-15 seconds of downtime.
Which could be
And when
your
playing
dad.
hardcore,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I got you.
every time that happens in Diablo 3, I die because I'm always fighting stuff. It's constant. and it always
Have you
happens
tried
when there's
playing
severe
it in,
graphical
playing
things.
it in
So.
maximum full screen mode? I mean, in full screen windowed is what I mean. Instead of
Full screen windowed. I haven't. I think I did a while ago, but I haven't recently. I just upgraded my monitor, and that might have changed some things. I'm not sure.
Try playing it
So,
in,
maybe it's a
in
different
some kind of
resolution,
windowed mode, and it should help. That's always helped me when I've had similar issues. I
worth a
want
try.
to. What did I even want to say? I lost it. Fuck it. We're moving on to Nick.
About Diablo 3.
John, have you finished?
I've also
all
been
your
playing
shit?
Half-Life 2 again. Almost, yeah. I've been, as you heard earlier, I was dodging head crabs. I've been enjoying.
Hey, I haven't
Half-Life
played
2.
Diablo 3. I gotta take a drink.
Oh, I love me some
There you go.
Half-Life.
It really is fantastic. I'm going through in chronological order, so I'm doing Half-Life 2, then Episode 1, then Episode 2. And I actually downloaded the Black Mesa, which was a fan-made game where they remade the original Half-Life with the Half-Life 2 engine, so it looks fantastic.
I haven't played that.
I won't do it. I won't do it. I think that a part of the charm is that it's shitty.
I'm not sure about that game. I don't think it's aged very well.
I think
Half-Life?
it has definitely
No.
because I played Half-Life for the first time. When was it, John? 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Oh, it was
At most 2
it
years
was a
ago.
year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, yeah.
No, I had
And
it
I
on
loved it.
My ex-girlfriend bought it on PS2 and I stole it from her. And I played it like last year. And it wasn't very good. I was a bit disappointed.
Huh.
The original Half-Life. I really love Half-Life 2. I think it's fucking like one of the best
Right.
games ever.
What I think that part of what I loved about it was the charm of the difficulty because people won't make a first-person shooter that hard anymore. You can't get them to make difficult first-person shooters anymore.
Yeah, I can
We may have played it on hard.
We played it on maximum difficulty, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Um,
Same way we started playing Half-Life 2.
and so we'd get to a section and we would just die. And we'd be like, okay,
Over
we'd have to
and
actually
over
think and
and over.
discuss it sometimes.
The thing
we-
that
Huh?
made it age badly for me was the save system. Like, you can go through the whole game and not get an autosave, so like you die to something shit, and then you start like back in the fucking room and they're like, okay Gordon, push the thing into the thing.
What?
Like, fuck
I must
you,
say
game.
that is an exaggeration. There are definitely plenty of autosaves, but not as many as modern games for sure. You have to
No,
go
that's
back a ways.
Half-Life had quick saves. It totally did.
It did have quick
It had
saves.
quick saves,
At
but
least-
it didn't
We were
save
just talking
itself.
about autosaves.
So like you walk into a new
Ah.
room and then it turns out you aren't meant to walk into that room, and then like the floor falls down below you and then you're like, fuck, now I have to do the 30 minutes again with this stupid AI.
Idiocy tax. Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm calling
was.
you dumb.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
I believe
I'll
Half-Life
admit
is
it.
the game that trains me to quick save constantly.
Oh yeah,
So,
man. Our fucking
Because
back
it punishes you for not quick saving.
The Witcher 2 too as well.
I'm gonna tell a quick story. Back in that one Christmas where we played Oblivion for the entirety of that Christmas, we slept like 3 hours a night, and it was beautiful. We stayed up for a really long time playing Oblivion.
It was a good Christmas.
Morrowind was the game that taught me to autosave frequently, or quick save frequently, or just normal save frequently actually, because those games had a tendency to corrupt your save files, so you normal saved often.
Final Fantasy 8 was the one that taught me to always save my game.
Fantastic. I'm sorry, we've got to move on because we're at 43 minutes. Nick, would you like to talk about what you've done over the last month?
Oh, DMC Devil May Cry. It's so fucking good.
Nice.
Oh, you said you wanted to discuss this a bit.
It's so fucking good. I've got problems with it, but most of them don't really affect me that much. And
you hit extra difficulty mode, didn't you?
yeah. Well, okay. The game, I really like the theming and the art and what they've done with the characters. Well, not so much what they've done with the characters. I thought the story was really nice, but the characters were kind of weak. So like the overall thing was good, like the overall package, like I was interested the whole way through, but like Dante was a bit like, whatever, and Kat was like, why are you even a character? And Virgil was like, yeah, you're kind of interesting, but I don't like you.
But fuck off!
And but I found the whole story, like the thing as a whole, satisfying, because it felt like it was thought through by the writers. And the gameplay is just really nice. it's really fluid. And on the first difficulties that you can unlock, they give you 3 difficulties. I found it too easy. Like, I was playing on normal difficulty. And if you're a Devil May Cry guy, or just like any type of spectacle fighter player, you probably find it too easy. But once you do beat that, like, it's basically like a tutorial. The first time you play the story, they give you new difficulties. But it's not in the Blizzard way of you're gonna play the same fucking game but harder. They remix the whole level, so like at the beginning of the first level, the first enemy you fight is like one of the hardest enemies in the first 3 normal modes. And I thought that was really awesome. Like, I'm on my second playthrough now, and I'm playing it, and I can feel myself getting so much better at the game because it's so hard. And it's really enjoyable. I just really like the game. I have a lot of points on it.
You don't get in modern games often, where the actual curve of the game is designed to actually make you better at the game instead of, catering to how good you are.
Oh, Nathan, I'm a bit drunk, so I'm just remembering this now. You were saying, you were talking with me and Tom on a Skype call, and you were saying in Darksiders you have to like not use your ultimate ability thing. Because as a gamer, you feel that, like, for it to be enjoyable for a real gamer, you have to, like, put restrictions on yourself because, like, they make games to be made for not gamers.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that way in, like, the DMC's normal mode. And then, like, I felt the whole way through, I was like, yeah, this is really easy, but I see why they're making it easy, and because, like, the combat's so fluid, like, anybody could play it.
And I want to say, in some of the more recent fights, I've learned to start using that chaos mode in Darksiders because it's gotten that much more difficult. They've got a very nice organic difficulty curve.
I felt the same way about the bat system in Fallout 3. I didn't like using it because it seemed like cheating.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in DMC, like, I felt the whole way through, like, I can see why they're making it like this, and I thought it was just the gameplay because they, like, made it feel so slick. Like, everything you do, instead of having different stances and stuff, you just get, like, a bunch of different weapons with different roles. Like, you can just switch through them so well, and I was like, it's just because the game is so well, like, they made the combat system so smooth that it's just easy. That's not true, because I'm, like, now on my second playthrough, and it is fucking hard. Like, I cannot believe how hard it is. Like, I feel like the first 3 difficulties that they give you are for normal gamers, and then your second playthrough, it's like, you fucking want to play Devil May Cry? Fucking play Devil May Cry. You know what I mean? Like, it was really good.
I just wish that you could have selected that from the beginning, because a lot of us know that we're good at Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I feel like they should have, like, given you the option, but I kind of feel like, on the opposite side, I also feel that it's more, like, rewarding when you finally get it, and it's, like, more of a thing, like, okay, now I definitely know everything about the mechanics, because...
Let me just boil that down real quick. Alright. It's more rewarding to unlock the game mode that was the original Devil May Cry's difficulty?
No, it's, like... It's hard to explain.
It sounds stupid, but I sort of see what you mean.
Because
you have to earn the proficiency with the game to get the game mode that uses that proficiency.
I feel like I do definitely see the argument, and it would piss me off if I was like, I played every Devil May Cry game and I was like amazing at these games. I think it would piss me off a bit. But you do need like certain weapons for like the enemies. They're throwing like the hardest enemies at you from level 1. And like a lot of them at the same time. And you do need some of the weapons to even like stand a chance against.
So like when you do the new game plus with the higher difficulty, do you start out the game with all the weapons unlocked?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool because they can actually tune the difficulty towards requiring you to use all the weapons.
And
all right, I'm game.
It's like so many difficulties in that game. Like I've beaten this, they give me like another level difficulty. Which I can't remember what the fuck it is.
Do they have Heaven and Hell mode on there still, or?
They've got Heaven and Hell mode where you die in one hit and your enemy also dies in one hit. Once you've beaten that, the final difficulty, you die in one hit everyone else dies in like a normal amount of hits for like a super hard difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's absolutely fucking insane.
Everyone's gotten their chance to talk about what they've done over the month.
Can I say I have a problem with their branding though? Because even though I enjoyed the game so much, that they emphasize so much that it's DMC, but it doesn't feel like overly like the old DMCs, and they've redone a lot of things, and it would piss me off if I loved DMC so much and like DMC, it's like fuck off. Apart from that, I love it.
No, you may not. After he's done it. Alright, I'm going into Steam releases. I'm just going to list through all of the games that have been released this month, skipping things like Art Rage 3. I don't feel the need to explain Art Rage 3. We've got The Banner Saga, The Shadow Down Effect, Arma 3's Alpha, Tomb Raider, Armada 2026 Gold Edition, Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army, Champions of Regnum, Star Conflict, Trackmania 2 Canyon, Special Forces Team X, I actually looked up how to pronounce this, and I don't remember it, so I'm just gonna
I'll do
make it up.
It's bientôt l'été.
That's what I would... What? No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm French.
Fine.
I know this.
No, you're wrong. It's blah, blah.
It's bientôt l'été.
Bientôt
That game-
l'été.
Wait,
Suck dick.
Cities XL Platinum, Aliens Colonial Marines, Race
Yeah.
Room Racing Experience, that's the best one. East 1 and 2 Chronicles, Empire, Super House of the Dead Ninjas, A Valley Without Wind 2, March of the Eagles, Highborn, Arma 2 DayZ Mod, London Faversham High Speed, don't worry about it, that's a train simulator game. Kentucky Route Zero, The Bridge, Age of Conan Unchained, Mud Motocross World Championship, Brutal Legend, and BitTrip presents Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. I can't believe I got that last one right. Holy shit.
Oh,
Somebody's writing shit on here. I see it. So I actually played the Banner Saga. It is a strategy, isometric view, grid-based strategy MMORPG type of game. Really, really, really fun to play. Unfortunately, there is zero depth. You only have like 4 characters to choose from, and you start with all of them. So you can buy more of them, and you can like promote them into different like higher tier classes, but there aren't any more to choose from after that. You're done. But it was fun. And Nick and I, we played Star Conflict, or tried to. I actually played it. He failed.
They wouldn't let me fucking log on.
It was amazing. It was absolutely
okay,
amazing.
okay.
We tried for hours to get that to
No,
work, and then we were
right.
like, fuck it.
The game in itself, like, it's so fucking hard to sign up for. They're like, yeah, we'll send you an email. No, they won't.
They literally never sent either of us an email. The
Nathan-
confirmation email, the standard-ass confirmation email that is involved in anything ever, it never got to us.
Nathan had to figure out how to activate his account without the email, and then he had to tell me how to do it, because I would have just still been waiting for the fucking confirmation email.
Yeah, I went in and I found out that I was automatically signed in to their website or whatever. So I was just told them to change my password instead of sending me a confirmation email. And so we got that part to work. But then once you get to there, you have to set your password. And your password, not only do you have to have letters and numbers, you have to have at least 50% numbers. Like, at least half of your password has to be numbers. So if you have a standard ass like, my name's Junior 7 that you use for all your passwords, it doesn't work. God,
Oh,
I
crap,
hope that
I have a
nobody who
password that
listens
would
to
work
this
for that. That's
actual
hilarious.
password is Junior 7. That would be embarrassing.
My password is hashtag YOLO swag for Jesus.
Hashtag ELO swag for Jesus is everyone's password that is, reasonable. Well, oh, wait. I think we left out a part. It's ELO 360 no scope. Swag
MLG.
YOLO swag for Jesus. Eh. Standard. Okay. The point is, it's really hard to sign up for. I played it. It was decent. It wasn't like special enough to warrant the really, really difficult sign up process. That's the problem. Like, it wasn't so
Wasn't
good
worth it
that it
anymore.
was worth the, like, 5 hours it spent me to try and get it to work on Steam.
You know what's funny about that is you probably had more fun trying to figure out how to get it to work than you did playing the game.
I'm a little special that way. I think that it... Usually, actually, though, that would make the finished product more valuable to me. Didn't work in this case. The finished product was, like, mediocre as shit.
That says
I'm
something
looking forward
actually
to that
right
game.
there.
It
We were gonna make a video on it and everything.
Yeah, we were gonna make a video. It was gonna be fun. Like that, we made a 24-hour agreement the day before to play this game. We had a schedule and everything.
I couldn't log on. The servers were full, and like by the time they weren't full, the connection timed out.
It was really weird. The game worked a little bit like World of Tanks, except instead of tanks, you're a ship, and you float around, and you have abilities and everything on your ship. And it's a nifty little game. Be sure to check it out if you feel like suffering. And that's all I got. Anybody got any comments on any
Everybody
of
likes
the new
suffering.
releases? Releases?
Yeah. Bien toilet is like the biggest piece of shit. It's not even a fucking
Doesn't that
game.
mean good toilet?
No, it means almost summer. And it's not really a
Oh,
game.
Summer. Okay.
Actually,
like-
I did do some research on it, and it's like, it's almost like a dating simulator with this person over the internet.
Okay,
and you
no,
just
no, no,
walk
no.
on the
Do you know what
beach
it
and
is?
shit.
Imagine Antichamber mixed with a dating sim. That's what that game is. But it's multiplayer. So like me and Nathan, or like
Antichamber.
Nathan and
I
Aaron, or
could go on
whatever.
a date with
You
Nick.
guys could.
I
You
could go
guys
on a
could
date
like
with
be on
my
a beach.
brother.
You guys could go on a beach together. One of you will be a woman, the other one will be a man. And you see like some weird house over in the distance, and you can click on it, and then you'll be playing chess while talking weirdly with like pre-chosen words to each other about how much you love each other. What the fuck?
Love you, man. I love you so much.
What is the point? It looks like shit.
It's love, man. That's the
It's
point.
just a bad game. It's bad. It's barely a game.
Bad game is bad.
That game is bad. Time for a break?
Time for break.
Sure. I need more beer.
I need
Another
I
food.
declare
beer.
empty vessel.
I declare an empty vessel.
I declare half vessel.
I declare 30% vessel.
I declare if I declare empty vessel at this point, I'm gonna run out of booze after the next section.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war.